What's up, YouTube? Have I told y'all how hard it is to hit that record button? It really is. Because sometimes you just don't feel like interacting. I'm more of an introvert, you can say, that has become an extrovert, later on in life. At my recent state now, I'm more extroverted because I made myself that way, but I'm more of a private person. I'm more of an introvert that likes to stay in, Well, I don't know. When I was living in the city, I do love the city life. So when I was in the city, I was outside more. But now that I'm more rural, I tend to stay inside more. But I've always been that way. I've always been introverted. I stay to myself. Don't have too many friends. Of course, you can't have too many of those. And there's certain reasons as to why, because growing up, I've experienced some things that I have not shared with y'all yet, but it made me see people in a different light. I wanted to talk to y'all about not being qualified, or in other words, disqualified for certain things. Now, we all want the finer things in life. I don't know a person that I've ever spoke to that said, I want the worst things in life. No, hell no. I don't want to take those lavish trips. I don't want to fly on a jet. I don't want to drive the fastest cars. I don't want to make as much money as possible. I don't want to wear nice jewelry. I don't want the nice clothes. I definitely do not want to live in a very nice house. No, I've never met anyone who said any of those things in that order. So we all place expectations on ourselves, and we feel like we qualify for things that we don't. Let me clarify. For example, some of the females who believe they deserve a man who makes a certain amount of money every year, who is a certain height, a certain aesthetic, they believe that they qualify for this type of man. Other people have called them high value men, men of value, whatever you want to call a man like that. It's definitely the top 10% of men. And it actually drops when you add all the other factors. We're talking about salary. We're talking about yearly income. That's 10% of the men. But when you start talking about the other attributes, as far as height, as far as build, aesthetic, as far as charm, as far as good looking, the percentage drops a whole lot. Now, I want y'all to really hear me out. Really hear me out right now. 10% of men make $100,000 or more a year, right? That is 10% of this population. Now, that's not a lot. You may think it's a lot, but that's not a lot. And then it drops once you start to factor in all of the other things that women look for in those men. Like we said earlier, looks, height, charm, aesthetic, it all factors into the percentage, which then drops tremendously. So now you wanted a guy in the top 10%, but with everything else added in, it lowers, and now you're probably in the top 5%, top 4%. Do you know how small that is? But you swear that you qualify for this man. So I want you to ask yourself a question, ladies. How do you qualify for this man? And don't say anything crazy like, because I'm me. No, please don't. That's not a viable answer. No. And don't say something like, because I can cook. Okay. What else? Because let's be real, that's not enough. But you have females who believe that they deserve this top percent. And the top 10% is not even looking in their directions because they do not deserve that type of man. They don't qualify for that type of man. A higher percentage of women do not qualify for that 10% of men. You just don't. For instance, you cannot, and this has happened before, you cannot tell a top earning man to come pick you up, right? And when he drives up to your spot, there's trash all over the place. It's in the hood, in the ghetto. Let's be real. You cannot tell a top earning man to pull up on you, and you're in the hood. You can't do that. Why? Because you don't qualify. That man is not coming out to pick. Even if he went to pick you up, right? He came to pick you up, he would never again. Matter of fact, he should turn around in the parking lot. Once he pulls up to your spot and he sees what's around, yeah, that's what he needs to do. Because you cannot pull up with a nice whip, looking good, smelling good, jewelry on. Let's be real. The wolves are out. The wolves are out. And trust and believe, if they don't get you this time, they're sizing you up for next time because they know you're coming to pick shorty up. They know you're coming back to pick shorty up. But they just don't know that you're not that type of dude. You're not on that time. You make real money. You're not on that time. You're not a little slinger on the street. No. You are actually making real money. You're in the top 10% of men. So you'll never return if you don't leave that first time. So, sweetheart, do you think you qualify for a man like that? See, you can fool them with all your pictures all you want. But once a man starts to come around you, he starts to get to know you, he picks you up, he sees where you live, you got to understand that the man is looking at all of this. Yes, the man is looking at all of this. He's sizing you up. He's analyzing your life, the people you hang around, even the people you hang around, he's going to analyze them. He's analyzing everything about you because you cannot just say that you're a lady looking for commitment and you expect the man to take you for face value. No, he's going to analyze everything about you. So what makes you qualify for a man like that? Oh, because you're pretty? You have a beautiful face. You do. Yes, you do. But guess what, though? How many beautiful women are out here? A lot, right? How many beautiful women are out here? A whole lot. So that doesn't mean you qualify for a man like that. It's the same thing with a guy who doesn't want anything out of life. He's not doing anything with himself. He has no work ethic, no discipline. He doesn't aspire to be anything. He has no inspiration. A man like that who thinks he's going to get, a beautiful woman, that's rare. Wait, that's non-existent. What am I talking about? That's rare. That's non-existent. A woman, period, is not going to be with... Okay, I was about to tell that lie right there. There are some women out here that are with bums. Let's be real. Back down to earth. Yeah, this is reality. There's a lot of women out here with bums. I was about to say that a bum could not get a woman, but nah. Now, based on who that woman is and how she looks, how smart she is, yeah, a bum is not acquiring that at all. He's just not. And if he does, it's not going to last long at all. Because he can't sustain the lie for long. The only way he got a woman like that is to lie, basically. Which a lot of guys do. Because you wear jewelry, you drive nice cars, of course, people are going to think, oh, this person is loaded. He got money. Women will look at you and say, oh, he got some money somewhere. He's got to be successful. Because with success, comes what? Most of what you want, gentlemen. Yes, of course. But before the success, what did you have to do for it? You had to work hard, and women know this. They know that you have a great work ethic. They know that you must be a leader. If you're making that type of money, you have to be a leader. Yeah, think about that, ladies. The top 10% of men, most of them making that money are leaders because they had to be very masculine in order to make it to the top 10%. That's why there's not too many men like that. And there's not. Men who make that type of money, they had to be very masculine and they have to be leaders. They had to lead. They had to excel in something in order to make that type of money. That's why it's only 10%. It's not too many men doing it. So when you find a man like that, ladies, if you qualify for a man like that, I hope you lock him up. And fellas, if you've worked hard and you're in the top 10%, you're very successful. You come across a woman who is deserving of you, who is willing to be that life partner for you, who is willing to help you if you're drowning, then you need to hold on to her. That's the honest truth. You need to hold on to her. I only tell you what you need to hear. I don't tell you what you want to hear. So yeah, you cannot tell me that you qualify for a certain thing, but then when we look at your life, you're not on the same level. There's a lot of people like that, even at work. You may think that you qualify to make a certain percent. You may think that you qualified for a certain promotion, but you don't. Look at that promotion. Look at the promotion, right? And look at yourself, where you're at. Look at your work ethic. Do you wake up early every morning? Do you work hard? Are you the first one at work? Are you the last one to leave? Look at the position, right, and what it will require of you. And if you're not doing that already, then you don't qualify for it. So why do you think you qualify? Just because you're there? Just because you come into work every day? You clock in directly at the time when you're supposed to be there, and you're the first one trying to leave at the end of the day? You do the bare minimum, but yet you think you qualify for a higher position? Why is that? In what world does this happen? See, you cannot tell me that you agree with the equal outcome that some people push for. Because if I'm working twice as hard as you and you are doing the bare minimum, why should we both have the same outcome? Why would I receive a promotion and you receive a promotion? It doesn't work that way, does it? If it did, then sports would not be so competitive. Sports would not become, no one would want to compete. Why? If the outcome is going to be we both win, then why would we compete? Why would I work hard? Why would I train every morning in order to beat the next person? I would do the bare minimum. So if you're doing the bare minimum and you think you deserve a certain salary, you deserve to be in a certain position, take a look at yourself. Honestly, seriously, do you qualify for that? Just take a look at yourself. You don't qualify for it. Some people don't even qualify for love. Oh, yes. Some people don't even qualify for love, and they think they do. They think they just do. They should be loved no matter what. And the reason why I say some people don't even qualify for love is because they will never, ever give any love back to anyone because it's all about them. All they think about is themselves. And they believe that they qualify for everyone's love. The world should love them. But some people don't qualify for that love because they don't deserve your love at all. They don't deserve it. I know some of y'all are very humble and loving people, right? Some of y'all are, others aren't. You'll get there. Stick with us. But you do not qualify for certain relationships. You think you do. You haven't even done the work on yourself. Yes, a lot of people need to work on themselves. I've been working on myself. And I don't care how you do it, whether it's through therapy, whether it's through self-love, whether it's through self-reflection, whether it is through books, whatever you have to do to work on yourself, that's what you should be doing, especially before you get into the next relationship. Because you have to think about it. We imprint on one another. Yes, we imprint on one another. You cannot tell me that you have not thought about your ex. Exactly. You just thought about them. But that's how it is. You imprint on that other person. So imagine all the people that you have been through. You have to do some self-reflection and work on yourself before you get into the next relationship. Because until you do, you don't qualify for that next relationship. But we still jump into them anyway. And guess what happens? Just take one guess. It's happened to you. It doesn't work out because you never qualified to be with that person. That person might have worked on themselves and you have not worked on yourself yet. So of course it's not going to work. You're going to clash. They've worked on themselves. They know exactly what it is they want. They are based, but you don't. You're all over the place. You're bouncing all over the place. You don't know what you want. You're still thinking about your ex, and you may still be in contact with that person because you just jumped into this relationship and you did not do any self-reflection, so you never qualified for that relationship. Now, we can ask the question of, does everybody qualify for respect? Well, do they? Based on the people you have interacted with, let's just say today, right? Today alone, the people that you have interacted with, do you believe each and every one of them qualify for respect? I'll tell you what I believe. I would have to say, no, not everyone qualifies for respect because respect is earned. Respect is earned. And it also has to be given. If you show me a level of respect, I am going to show you that same level of respect back. But the minute you disrespect me is when things go left. So no, everyone does not qualify for respect because once you lead with that and you respect everyone that you come across without them earning it, that's when some people may look at you as fresh meat. Yeah, they're going to look at you as fresh meat. And that's not to say that you should not respect anyone. Let's be real. I am saying that a person needs to earn your respect, especially when you first meet them. I'm sorry. I'm the type of person, I do not just trust everyone that I come across. I'm not that trustworthy of a person. I don't just trust anyone. No. First, you have to show me that you deserve respect and that I can trust you. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. See, it would be different if I was just sitting here saying, oh, you should respect me and you should respect me and that's it. Like, no. I'm going to show you the same level of respect you show me. And if you show me that you can be trusted, I will start trusting you. Trust is also earned. Everyone does not qualify for it because there's a lot of people that you cannot trust. So they don't qualify for it either. See, there's a lot of things people do not qualify for, but they swear that they do only because right now in society, it has spoiled us. Everyone's spoiled. Yes, everyone is spoiled. Everyone thinks that they qualify for whatever it is they want. It's just like that Porsche Panamera I want. Do you think I qualify for that car right now? Honestly, I don't. Why? Because I don't have the funds for it yet. But when I do, you better believe I'm going to walk up to that car lot, sit in it, and drive off in it because I qualify to be in it and I qualify to be pushing it now. Yeah, we don't try to look like we have money over here. We have money over here. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to show people that you have money by acquiring certain things when you can't afford them yet. You see what I'm saying? That's going to hurt yourself. But until you qualify for said things, then stay in your lane. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say? Stay in your lane. You do not qualify for everything that you want. That's the reason why some people are hurting right now, because they feel like they qualify for certain positions and roles in society when they actually don't. You're the worst person for anybody to look up to. But yeah, you think you qualify to be a role model. You think you qualify to teach kids, and no, you don't. You're the worst person for any adolescents to be around, for any adolescents to learn from you. You're the worst of society, but yet you still think you qualified to be looked at as a humble person when you're not. So ask yourself, right? What do I qualify for? That will definitely show you what level that you are on. Because whatever you qualify for, you are on the same level. Whatever you qualify for, you are on the same level. So, back to you ladies, back to you gentlemen. Think about this, right? Do you qualify for that person who is in that top percentage that you want? And ladies, when it comes to men being in the top 10%, we are talking about, of course, financially, right? Which, of course, what woman does not want a provider? That is what women look for. The men in the top 10%. Now, for the men, we could say the ladies in the top 10%, those are the wives. Those are the prospects. Yes. Well, I would have to say there's more than 10%. There's more than 10% of women that are wives. They're just hard to find, right? But as a man, do you deserve that type of woman? Because some of y'all, you deserve to jump off. And you come across a woman who is a wife and you turn her out, then she becomes a jump off. See, this happens often. Yes, this happens often. You will have a guy who does not qualify for that type of woman, and she makes the poor judgment of dealing with him for whatever reason it might be, loneliness, desperation, settling, whatever it might be. Right? She decides to deal with him. He turns her out, does her wrong, and now she becomes a jump off for somebody else, and then somebody else. Yes, that happens often. That is what happens when a man who does not qualify for that type of woman ends up with that type of woman. Yes. So ask yourself, what do you qualify for? Because nothing is going to be handed to you. Nothing is going to be given to you. You have to work hard to qualify for it. You have to be willing to work hard for whatever it is you want to qualify for. It's just like a race. First, you have to qualify to be in the top percent of runners, right? And in order to do that, what do you have to do? Work hard. That's all you have to do. You have to work hard. So, are you willing to work hard to qualify for the things that you want? Ladies, this goes to you too. And think about it. You need to ask yourself, and you need to find out what the top 10% of men who are earners, protectors, providers, what they want. Leaders, what they want. You have to figure out, or you have to ask questions and find out what they want. And fellas, you have to find out what a woman who holds her value, who is a wife, wants. Yes, you have to find out what it is she wants. Because let's be real, it's not most of you guys. It's really not. It's the top 10%. So if you're not in the top 10%, gentlemen, what are you going to start doing tomorrow? Wake up early, bust your ass, work hard, climb the ladder of success till you make it to the top 10%. Because it's lonely up here. But remember, I don't want to hear about how hard you have it. I want to hear about how hard you're going to work to have it. Until next time.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.